For the past 2 decades, I have equated my value as a person to how productive I can be. I think that at one point in my life, probably sometime in elementary school, I adopted the identity of an overachiever as a way to counterbalance my perceived inadequacies surrounding my body and appearance. I didn't realize it at the time, but growing up overweight and bigger than other kids deeply affected how I viewed myself. I thought that if I couldn't be petite and pretty, I could at least be smart. While others around me were content with their accomplishments, I could never shake the feeling that I had to do more, be more. On one hand, this led to great accomplishments and a sense of pride: scholarships, university degrees, successful businesses, popularity online. But on the other, it created high expectations, stress, fear of failure, and burnout. My years of overachieving have led to the belief that I am only worthy if I am constantly improving. Every accomplished goal has just led to a newer, bigger goal, and if I fail at that goal, it is not because it was too big or unattainable, but because I was simply incapable. My drive to succeed has come at the cost of my mental health. I remember the stress and anxiety that would consume me before exams or presentations, the sleepless nights spent poring over textbooks, and the constant pressure to outperform myself. As I grew older into adulthood, the expectations I placed on myself only intensified. Family, friends, and peers saw me as the epitome of success, but I began to feel like a prisoner to my own achievements. The need to constantly be improving and achieving became a burden that was too big to handle. In 2022, I was faced with burnout that paralyzed my ability to achieve. My mental health had plummeted to levels so low I was afraid I would never recover. It was the first time in my life I was incapable of doing the thing that once felt so familiar, and because of that, I lost all sense of my identity. Isolation consumed me. It felt like being trapped in a dark room, surrounded by walls that suffocated and silenced me, leaving me unseen and unheard. Who was I if I was not improving? What would happen in my life if I couldn't achieve more? I felt like a failure. The last year has been a hard but very much needed reality check on how I've been approaching life. I have been so obsessed with the idea of becoming more that it has actually resulted in me becoming less. I have allowed my obsession with success to overshadow the parts of myself that those around me have always loved. In 2023, I am learning to live slow. I am reteaching myself that my value is not dictated by what I can produce, but by the quality of my relationships, the depth of my experiences, and the richness of my inner life. I am learning to savor moments of stillness and appreciate the beauty of simplicity. By embracing a slower pace of life, I am discovering a new sense of balance and a greater sense of fulfillment. In a couple weeks, my 20s will come to an end and I will begin my 30s. I am dedicated to making the next decade of my life more intentional. I want to be mindful about how I spend my time, how I manage my stress, and who I allow to have access to me. My goals are no longer based in how much success I can attain, but by how I can nurture my relationships and make a positive impact on the world around me. We are all here for a reason we do not understand. I am grateful that I have been given this opportunity to live this life, and I plan to make the most of it. So what am I doing in 2023 to improve my life? 1. I am practicing mindfulness. In moments of stress, I will prioritize meditation, deep breathing, journaling, and yoga to slow me down and stay present. I will do what I can to prevent elevated levels of stress, as I now know what can happen if I do not. For me, prioritizing mindfulness includes daily walking meditation or mental health walks, grounding myself with breathing techniques in times of elevated anxiety, and listening to my body and what it needs from me. 2. I am taking breaks. I am dedicating certain parts of my day to things that bring me joy. I am abolishing the mindset that hobbies are only useful if they are monetizable, and I am rejecting the notion that free time must be used for self-improvement. It is okay if I need to take a day to do nothing. It does not define me or my abilities in life. In fact, I now know that taking breaks will allow me to recharge and refresh my mind and body, which will improve my productivity overall. 3. I am simplifying my life. I am reducing the number of commitments, possessions, and activities in my life to help me focus on what's truly important. I am relearning that I do not have to have a packed schedule to be productive or fulfilled. In fact, by allowing myself more downtime, I am discovering that I am more creative, focused, and energized. I am finding joy in simple pleasures and cultivating deeper connections with the people and activities that matter most to me. I am redefining what it means to live a fulfilling life and learning that sometimes less is more. 4. I am disconnecting from technology. I recognize the importance of being present in the moment, fostering relationships, and taking care of my mental and physical health. Comparison is the thief of joy. If I feel like social media is doing more harm than good, I will simply disconnect and read a book or work on a hobby. We are all moving through life at our own pace, and that is okay. 5. I am setting boundaries. I am learning to say no to things that don't align with my values, goals, and priorities. I am no longer creating space for people who negatively affect how I view myself. I am giving my energy to those who uplift and inspire me. I am being intentional with who I connect with to ensure a mutually beneficial relationship that does not drain or exhaust me. Life is incredible. The probability of our existence is so small, yet here we are, living and breathing on this large rock floating through space. Every moment is a gift, and I am grateful for the opportunity to experience all the joys and challenges that life has to offer. I welcome this next chapter of my life with open arms. I'm excited to relearn who I am outside of my accomplishments, and I am so grateful that so many of you are here to join along in the journey. Remember that your life is what you make it. You are capable of great things. Your past does not dictate your future. It is okay to slow down if you are lost. I know that's what I'm doing. We are all doing this together, and if you can believe in me, you can believe in yourself.